Welcome to the Pacific Crest Trail. You are joining me at mile 505 out of 2,650 of my southbound PCT thru hike. In the last episode, you joined me as I completed the Washington section of the PCT and crossed the Bridge of Gods. In this episode, you are joining me as I start the Oregon section from Cascade Locks. Together, we will hike towards Mount Hood, resupply at the historic Timberline Lodge, navigate through some smoky alpine, and have to reroute because of a forest fire burning too close to the trail. I hope you enjoy experiencing 150 miles of the PCT over the next 8 days with me. If you're new here, my name is Krista and I'm a long-distance thru hiker. And if you're not new here, hi and welcome back. I am starting the Oregon section now. I can't believe it. Cascade Locks is just behind me. Ooh, bugs. I'm still by the highway, so it's probably noisy. And I start off with a massive climb. So I'm listening to a podcast. I'm just gonna focus up and climb really high. I have my second baked good to eat. My first one was unreal, pastry. Oh, it was flaky. There's an adorable bird bathing in the water source. That was very refreshing. I'm not done my day, but I am stopped at a lake and I decided I want to try to swim at least once a day. Well, it's still warm out. Time to get going again. Got my bathing suit on my pack. I haven't done that before. Okay, here we go. Here's where I camped last night. It was super windy all night long. Got in late, 8 p.m., so I just really quickly did all my chores. I was asleep by 9:30, I think. So today I'm gonna go to Timberline Lodge, which is at Mount Hood. So I have 25 miles to do. My goal was to get going by 6 and it's 7:30. Classic. Here I go, 25 miles. Things are going well. I'm at Mount Hood, so I basically just need to hike around, I think the south side of Mount Hood, to get to Timberline Lodge. And it's pretty much all uphill now. So it started to rain, and it rained for a lot of the day. So I had you put away in your Ziploc so that the camera didn't get wrecked. I had a goal to get here to the Timberline Lodge so that I could get dinner, which I did. I got a really nice pizza and I got a beer bought for me by some other nice patrons that I met. So I got a room here because it was storming. I was gonna camp and then I just decided it's thunderstorms. It's gonna be worth it, just get a room. I'm gonna start again tomorrow morning. I'm gonna pick up my package at 8 a.m. and then I'll have a 4-day section till my next resupply at Big Lake Youth Camp. But I'll show you my room. I've got all my stuff spread out over here and my clothes hanging over here. And then it's a communal washroom, but I do have my own sink in here. Really tuckered out. It was a big 2 days. I did 50 miles in 2 days. It's pretty good, I think. So yeah, it's time for bed. Morning, I had a really good sleep, but I did sleep longer than normal. Pattern, maybe. And everything's just taking a little bit longer than I thought it would this morning. So breakfast took me about an hour because it was buffet, so I went back for seconds. Then I just picked up my resupply box. I'll show you that in a second. So I have to organize my food for the next 4 days. Here's my box. Okay, so I'm gonna open it, so let's find out what's inside. Here's everything I packed myself. Pretzels, apple chips, cashews, pistachios, wraps with peanut butter. These are all my homemade dehydrated dinners. So I've got dal, pasta, mac and cheese, pad thai, burrito bowl. More snacks, animal crackers, all my coffees, extra earplugs, licorice, chocolate, some toiletries. So I've got some lotion, multivitamins, and these are toothpaste tablets. And then more bars, so Kind bars, these thin fruit leather snacks, and some Trader Joe bars. So that's everything I mailed myself for 5 days, but I'm planning to do 4 days, so I might not bring all of it. This is my food. It seems like a lot. Here I go. I left like 5 minutes ago, so I'm still really close to the lodge, and it's very windy. Very windy, so I'm glad I have my sunglasses on because the sand is getting blown. Woo! I feel good, I feel well fed, I feel well rested. So I'm probably going to do about 22 miles today, and then I'll have to do bigger days for the next 3 days because there's not good campsites at 25 miles. Morning. Something very exciting happened yesterday when I stopped like 5 miles back at a spring. I met 2 hikers and they are SOBOs. So I finally met SOBOs again. It was like 2.5 weeks. So they are from the Netherlands and we ended up camping together last night, and we have a similar goal for when we want to get to Ashland. So I am hopeful that we're gonna end up on the same schedule. So today we have the same goal where we want to get to tonight. I just packed up. I am gonna leave the lake now, and I'm planning to do 26 miles today to get to another lake to camp at. I'm in my tent now. It's 9:30 p.m. so I've done my entire bedtime routine and I'm camped with my 2 friends from the Netherlands. So it's been really nice to not camp on my own. Hello and good morning. I left camp about 2 minutes ago. My 2 friends left before me, maybe by 15 minutes. So we have a goal to meet at Olali Resort in 4 miles for a coffee together. A forest fire has lit up close by here, and it's smoky. Mount Jefferson's in front of me here, and you can barely see it, and we're quite close to it now. I'm hiking with a new trail friend I met, and we are going to try to ford the river ford together, but this is the creek and it looks very full. So, and it's end of day, of course, so the river ford might not be doable. It's 7:30 p.m. and I've decided I'm going to hike another 6 miles to make it 28 miles today. This is going to be my first time night hiking on the whole PCT. I've definitely night hiked before, so I'll probably be hiking with my headlamp for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half total. Yesterday, I met up with 5 other SOBOs at Olali Lake Resort, which was about 4 miles into my day. Once I got there, I found out from them that there is a trail closure. My first one I've encountered so far. There's a pretty major fire that's been burning for a bit. I have to figure out what I'm going to do. So we were sitting there for a while. That's one of the reasons why I was hiking late last night, is I actually did a much longer break than I would normally do to talk to them and figure out what they're doing and how we're going to get around the closure and get back to trail. But basically, I'm 22 miles from Santiam Highway now. If I get going and I get there in a reasonable time frame, then I might be able to get a ride into Sisters or Bend. And from there, I could maybe get a ride to Shelter Cove. So yeah, it feels really weird. I had to really process the fact that I'm going to be skipping a section of the trail, which I really don't want to do, to be honest. But of course, there's nothing I can do about the fire. I have to do it. I have to get to Santiam Highway today and get off trail. I had to leave you in my bag all day yesterday. It was so stormy, so windy, so rainy. So I just put my head down and I hiked. Even stopping, I got too cold. So I just hiked 22 miles with one break. It was kind of wild. I happened to finish right at the same time as another SOBO that I hadn't met yet. And I was like, hey, what's your plan? Are you trying to go into town, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. So we ended up hitchhiking together. This really nice guy picked us up. He's a hiker as well. So he's like, I've been picked up a few times in my day. And we came to the town of Sisters. So for me, I decided I'm going to follow exactly what the PCTA, the Pacific Crest Trail Association, has recommended for the fire closure. There's 2 fires in the section I was about to go into, and they've recommended an alternate, it's kind of like a bypass or a detour to get around. So I'm following those recommendations. So I got off at Santiam Pass, so it's Santiam Highway. I came into Sisters, and then today a trail angel is picking me up in about 15 minutes. And he's gonna drive me from here all the way to Shelter Cove Resort, would have been my next resupply. So basically, because I can't hike into Big Lake Youth Camp, I'm skipping that resupply and then basically 90 miles of trail. Okay, success. I got dropped off at the main highway, so I'm hiking about a mile into the resort now. I am more south than I was expecting to be at this point. I got a ride from a really nice trail angel. I'll be getting a resupply here. So I think this is probably gonna be the only hiking I do today. I'm here, I'm at Shelter Cove. I did the entire journey around the fire closure. And I just did my calculation, and it should take me 8 days to finish the rest of Oregon, which is honestly wild. I can't believe it. Almost done my second state. So I've been hanging out under these tents here, which are assigned for PCT hikers specifically. A lot of these places where they take hiker boxes, they also set up a PCT hiker hangout area, basically, so that we all just hang out in one spot. Got my resupply in there, so my pack is big again. And then over here are the hikers boxes. So you basically take what you want, leave what you want, noodles, and even some cans. In the next episode, episode 8, I get back on trail and start hiking south towards Ashland, right by Crater Lake. I can't wait to share it with you. See you then.